Welcome to A Room with a View, a classic novel by Forster, a rich, humorous exploration of love, society, and the courage to embrace one's true self. The story unfolds as Lucy Honeychurch, an English girl bound by Edwardian conventions, embarks on a journey to Florence that challenges everything she knows. Through encounters with free-spirited individuals, she learns that love is not bound by societal norms and true happiness demands authenticity. Join Lucy as she navigates the scenic beauty of Italy, the strictures of English society, and the complexities of her own heart. Welcome to A Room with a View, the beloved classic by Forster, a witty yet deeply human exploration of love, society, and personal freedom. Set amid the romantic charm of early 20th century Florence and the conventional world of Edwardian England, this tale follows young Lucy Honeychurch. Torn between the constraints of polite society and the yearning for authentic experiences, Lucy's Italian journey ignites a transformation that forever changes her understanding of life, love, and happiness. Chapter 1. The Bertolini. Lucy Honeychurch and her older cousin Charlotte Bartlett arrive at the Pension Bertolini, a quaint but slightly shabby English-run hotel in Florence. They'd expected rooms overlooking the picturesque Arno River, but to Lucy's dismay, their assigned rooms face only a dreary courtyard. Over dinner, Lucy gently complains, sparking the attention of a forthright older gentleman, Mr. Emerson, and his quiet, introspective son, George. Overhearing Lucy's disappointment, Mr. Emerson offers their rooms, which have the coveted view. Charlotte is immediately suspicious, concerned about propriety and potential obligations to strangers, and refuses politely but firmly. Reverend Arthur Beebe, an acquaintance of Lucy from England who happens to be staying at the Bertolini, intervenes, assuring Charlotte the Emersons mean no harm. Lucy feels immediately drawn to the Emersons' honest openness, sensing a refreshing sincerity rarely encountered in her polite circles. Reluctantly, Charlotte eventually accepts the offer, setting the stage for Lucy's first encounter with a less conventional world, one that challenges her sheltered upbringing. Chapter 2. In Santa Croce with no Baedeker, Lucy decides to explore Florence with Miss Eleanor Lavish, a flamboyant novelist from the Pension. Miss Lavish quickly leads them off the beaten path, exclaiming passionately about the real Italy being discovered without guidebooks. Abruptly, Miss Lavish disappears, leaving Lucy bewildered in the bustling streets of Florence. Feeling lost without her trusted Baedeker guide, Lucy stumbles nervously into the Basilica di Santa Croce. Surrounded by magnificent frescoes and tombstones, Lucy finds herself oddly lonely amid the grandeur. Here, she again encounters Mr. Emerson and George, who observe Lucy's bewildered state. Mr. Emerson warmly encourages her to abandon guidebooks and simply experience Italy's wonders. Although embarrassed at first, Lucy begins to find comfort and freedom in their straightforward manner, sensing for the first time that real adventure lies beyond rigid planning. Chapter 3. Music, Violets, and the Letter. S. Returning to the pension, Lucy seeks comfort by playing the piano. She pours her hidden feelings into music, captivating Reverend Beebe, who remarks on her unexpected emotional depth. Though outwardly calm, Lucy is inwardly stirred by recent events. Meanwhile, her cousin Charlotte consistently warns her about the unconventional Emersons, particularly George. Charlotte insists that associating with such people might harm Lucy's reputation. Yet Lucy secretly finds herself attracted to their authenticity. Lucy begins to reflect deeply on her sheltered life, realizing for the first time that beneath her quiet exterior lie passionate feelings she barely understands. Chapter 4. Fourth chapter, Lucy spends days socializing politely with other guests, including the pleasant but conventional Miss Allen's sisters. Conversations are superficial, centered mostly on weather, hotels, and polite sightseeing plans. Lucy senses an unsettling emptiness in these genteel exchanges. Meanwhile, Mr. Beebe, perceptive and understanding, observes Lucy thoughtfully. He sees a young woman poised on the edge of self-discovery, quietly rebelling against the limits imposed upon her by her cautious upbringing. Secretly, Lucy craves deeper conversations and meaningful connections. She becomes more aware of her dissatisfaction, slowly understanding she desires something richer than her carefully scripted life. Chapter 5. Possibilities of a pleasant outing. Guests at the Pension Bertolini decide on an outing into the picturesque Tuscan countryside. Lucy is thrilled, eager to experience the natural beauty of Italy. Charlotte, however, anxiously supervises every detail, fussing over Lucy's hat and insisting on propriety at every step. As their carriages wind through lush hills and olive groves, Lucy is captivated. Yet the delightful scenery is disturbed when Reverend Eager, another clergyman on their trip, begins a tense argument over local customs. Lucy feels uneasy, observing the clash of rigid English expectations against Italian freedom. Later, left briefly alone, Lucy contemplates the beauty around her, the hills, the flowers, the infinite horizon, and suddenly George Emerson appears silently beside her. They share a quiet, charged moment, looking out at the same spectacular view. Though no words are exchanged, Lucy feels an unfamiliar excitement, sensing that her orderly world might soon unravel completely. Chapter 6. An outing and a kiss. The group outing in the picturesque countryside of Florence begins beautifully. Lucy Honeychurch becomes momentarily separated from the others, wandering dreamily into a secluded area blanketed with violets, overlooking stunning vistas. Lost in the moment, she's startled as George Emerson quietly approaches her. Moved profoundly by the beauty around them and Lucy's presence, George impulsively kisses her, a spontaneous expression of sincere emotion. At that very instant, Charlotte Bartlett emerges and witnesses this intimate moment, becoming immediately scandalized. She demands they leave Florence at once, plunging Lucy into deep emotional confusion and guilt. Lucy feels simultaneously thrilled and burdened by Charlotte's harsh reaction, recognizing something profound has changed within her forever. Chapter 7. They return. Lucy returns to her English home, Windy Corner, still emotionally unsettled by the memory of George's kiss. Charlotte insists vehemently on secrecy, amplifying Lucy's inner turmoil. Lucy tries desperately to convince herself the incident meant nothing, yet finds herself restless and secretly longing for the sincerity and passion George awakened within her, feeling starkly opposed to her carefully structured upbringing. Chapter 8. Medieval. In her quest for emotional security and societal approval, Lucy agrees to marry Cecil Vyse, a sophisticated, intellectual young man. Outwardly content, Lucy privately harbors growing doubts. Cecil's cold demeanor and detached admiration, viewing her more as an art object than a partner, leads Lucy to question her decision quietly, sensing a crucial emptiness beneath their seemingly ideal engagement. Chapter 9. Lucy as a work of art. Lucy's discomfort increases as she realizes Cecil sees her merely as a beautiful possession rather than an emotional equal. His intellectual arrogance and emotional distance slowly alienate Lucy, who begins to clearly recognize their lack of genuine intimacy and emotional depth. She privately longs for something more profound and authentic. Chapter 10. Cecil as a humorist. In an ironic, misguided joke, Cecil arranges for the Emersons, completely unaware of their previous encounter with Lucy, to become neighbors near Windy Corner. Their unexpected reappearance profoundly unsettles Lucy, reviving strong, previously suppressed emotions from Florence. This unanticipated event dramatically forces Lucy to confront feelings she had buried, complicating her carefully controlled life. Chapter 11. In Mrs. Vyse's well-appointed flat. While visiting Cecil's elegant family home, Lucy's unease intensifies. Observing Cecil's refined yet emotionally sterile family dynamics underscores the stark contrast between Cecil's cold sophistication and George's earnest emotional honesty. Lucy quietly suffers, realizing Cecil can never fulfill her deepest emotional needs, heightening her internal conflict and uncertainty. Chapter 12. Reappearance of George Emerson's proximity deeply affects Lucy. Their interactions, brief yet profoundly charged, rekindle Lucy's suppressed emotions. George gently but insistently expresses that his feelings remain strong. His subtle overtures shake Lucy's carefully constructed composure, renewing emotional turmoil and pushing her closer to confronting her genuine feelings. Chapter 13. How Miss Bartlett's boiler was so tiresome. After an irritating domestic episode involving Charlotte Bartlett, Lucy finds herself unexpectedly alone with George. In this intimate moment, George passionately and sincerely declares his enduring love. His emotional honesty startles yet secretly thrills Lucy, highlighting painfully how superficial her relationship with Cecil truly is, further intensifying her emotional turmoil. Chapter 14. Facing the situation. Attempting to uphold social propriety, Lucy firmly rejects George, demanding he stay away out of loyalty to Cecil. Yet this rejection deeply wounds her, clearly revealing to Lucy just how deeply she loves George. This painful experience underscores the unnatural difficulty of rejecting authentic feelings for the sake of social expectations. Chapter 15. The Disaster Within. Privately overwhelmed, Lucy finally admits to herself she does not truly love Cecil. Initially, this realization devastates her, understanding clearly for the first time she has been living dishonestly. This painful admission begins to liberate her from the burden of pretense, although she remains unsure of her next steps. Chapter 16. Lying to George. When George confronts Lucy once more, passionately urging her toward honesty, she desperately denies her feelings. Despite her denials, George sees through her facade, insisting that she embrace true happiness over societal conventions. His heartfelt appeal deeply affects Lucy, making her emotional turmoil impossible to ignore further. Chapter 17. Lying to Cecil. Summoning considerable courage, Lucy breaks her engagement with Cecil, candidly explaining their fundamental incompatibility and emotional disconnect. Cecil, initially surprised and hurt, graciously accepts her honesty. Lucy feels profound relief alongside anxiety about the uncertain future she now faces without the security Cecil represented. Chapter 18. Lying to everyone else. Lucy invents superficial reasons for the broken engagement, hiding her true feelings for George from family and society. Although supported by her family, Reverend Beebe senses deeper turmoil beneath her explanations. Lucy's continued deception weighs heavily on her, exacerbating her inner emotional distress and isolation. Chapter 19. Lying to Mr. Emerson. A chance encounter with Mr. Emerson becomes pivotal as he gently yet insistently confronts Lucy's unhappiness. With compassionate directness, he encourages her toward emotional honesty, persuading Lucy finally to openly admit her love for George. His sincere wisdom profoundly inspires Lucy, giving her the strength to embrace authenticity fully. Chapter 20. The End of the Middle Ages. Lucy and George marry at last, courageously choosing genuine love and emotional truth over societal expectations. On their honeymoon, returning joyfully to Florence, they revisit the places where their relationship first blossomed. Lucy fully embraces this authentic life, experiencing deep contentment. She no longer views life from behind societal barriers, but openly, clearly, and joyously. A life of true freedom, happiness, and sincerity. Conclusion: Lucy Honeychurch's remarkable journey illustrates the profound truth that authentic happiness demands courage, the bravery to choose emotional sincerity, passion, and authenticity over convention. Her story remains timeless, a beautiful testament to the transformative power of genuine love, self-awareness, and the courage to live truthfully. Thank you for accompanying Lucy on this meaningful exploration of passion, authenticity, and personal liberation.